You don't have permission to be here, ma'am. Officer Carl Bowers barked, stepping in front of the woman like a brick wall. Who let you in? I'm here for a meeting in room 4B, she replied evenly, unshaken. And with who? Exactly? He sneered, ignoring the ID around her neck. You know what, doesn't matter. Show credentials, or I'm escorting you out. I'd appreciate it if you lowered your voice, she said, her tone calm, yet firm. This is official business. Bowers laughed. Official? Ma'am, you don't look like any kind of official I've seen. You think just because you've got a suit and a badge that I won't throw you out. She took a step back to avoid contact. He grabbed her arm, hand where I can see them. You resisting. Let go, she said, her voice rising just enough. You're making a grave mistake. People in the lobby froze. The receptionist covered her mouth. 2 guards looked away. You don't give me orders. Bowers yelled, tightening his grip. Are you going to cry racism now? She stared at him without blinking. Are you abusing your authority, officer? His laugh was dry and angry. Not yet, but keep talking. With sudden force, he shoved her against the counter. A thud echoed. Her elbow hit marble. Murmurs stirred the lobby as bystanders looked on, shocked but silent. A young lawyer raised his phone to record. An officer slapped it down. I've got a non-compliant suspect, Bowers said into his radio. Possible threat. She turned her head, her voice icy now. You're nobody with authority here, and you're going to regret this. Just then, the elevator at the far end of the lobby chimed open. Ms. Green, a woman with glasses, called out. Are you all right? Carl stiffened. What did you just call her? You're assaulting Director Green, the woman snapped. What are you doing? Carl didn't even flinch. Director of what? Regional Director of Internal Investigations for Justice and Police Conduct. Still holding her, he scoffed. She didn't identify herself. The woman stepped forward, horrified. You just assaulted your superior. I don't care who she thinks she is. Carl yelled. I run this place. That's when the judge appeared. Detective Bowers. Judge Gerald Morton's voice sliced through the tension. Release her. Now. Carl looked confused. She never said who. She didn't have to. You just assaulted a state official. In front of witnesses. You're suspended. Hand over your weapon and badge. Now. A gasp rippled through the lobby. Carl froze. Director Green stood calmly, straightened her jacket, and said, Let him do it here. I want him to see exactly who he put his hands on. Carl's eyes flicked around. No support. Just stares. I'll expect you in my office at 9 a.m. tomorrow, Green said. Let's see what you have to say without that uniform. She walked to the elevator, the crowd parting like water. Her heels clicked like a metronome. Carl stood paralyzed. Then, venomously, he muttered, So now, they get to run things, huh? Gasps. Phones raised. No one came to his defense. Judge Morton's face turned dark. You're digging your own grave, Carl. James, another officer, stepped forward. Hand over the weapon, man. Make it easy. Carl didn't speak, but slowly, deliberately, he unbuckled his holster, placed the weapon on the counter, and threw his badge beside it. Enjoy your circus. Green didn't look back. She stepped into the elevator. The doors closed. Carl stood alone, stripped of power, of control, of his illusion. Detain him, the judge ordered. James led Carl away in silence. Day 2. 8:59 AM Director Alana Green sat behind her desk on the 4th floor. A thick file lay open. A camera recorded everything. Her bruised arm throbbed, but she didn't flinch. The T901 knock. Come in, she said. Carl entered. No uniform. Just jeans and a wrinkled shirt. He looked smaller now. Sleep-deprived. Defiant. Sit. She ordered. He did. Arms crossed. Eyes avoiding hers. Do you know why you're here? He smirked. So you can enjoy your moment of power. She looked up. This isn't about me. It's about your actions. You're under review for abuse of power, racial misconduct, physical assault, and insubordination. There are witnesses, footage, and a disciplinary history that reads like a warning label. Carl didn't speak. She leaned forward. You thought this was about dominance, control, but this is the beginning of something else. He raised an eyebrow, still stubborn. Green smiled coldly. This is what accountability looks like. Carl gritted his teeth, but said nothing. You know what surprises me most? Alana said, closing the file. This isn't your first incident involving a black woman. Not your second. There are old reports dismissed, hidden, erased. Are you proud of that? I have nothing to say, he muttered. Of course not, she said, leaning back. Men like you thought a badge made them untouchable. Carl glared. You think you're different? You think they'll respect you here? They'll push you out like the rest. Alana didn't flinch. They said that in Boston, Atlanta, Newark. Guess where they are now? Suspended, indicted, replaced by people with integrity, some black, some women. Imagine that. Carl's rage simmered, but he knew his power was gone. You're signing a statement, she continued. Your resignation or suspension pending charges. Choose. He stayed silent. Take your time, she said. Next, I'm meeting an officer you fired for reporting your racism. He's got plenty to say, and I have all day. Carl looked down. His shoulders sank. The chair creaked under his weight. The authority he once wielded had vanished. The paper sat in front of him like a sentence. Not death, but something worse, the end of his immunity. Finally, his trembling hand took the pen. This won't stand, he whispered. No, Alana replied coldly. This will. As Carl was escorted out, no one moved aside for him. No one greeted him. He walked the halls like a man already erased. Director, Samuel Torres's mother is here, Alana's assistant announced. Alana closed Carl's file. Opened another, Samuel Torres, 17. Shot by police after a supposed car chase. No fingerprints. No weapon. The car wasn't stolen. Marisol Torres entered, her grief worn into every gesture, her scarf dark, her hands clutching a worn folder. Mrs. Torres, Alana greeted gently. No one listened to me before, Marisol said, not meeting her eyes. Why should now be any different? Because now someone is listening, Alana said. Saturday the report says your son fled, ignored commands, posed a threat, Alana said. Marisol slid a photo across the table. Samuel in a fast food uniform, smiling. He was on his way to work. A white officer threatened him the week before, said he looked like someone else. Since then, he feared patrol cars. Alana nodded, listening. They gave me his phone and wallet. No visit, no apology, just a call, like he was a lost package. Alana took a breath, then showed Marisol a grainy still from a store camera. Samuel walking calmly. The patrol car stops. Officers exit fast. This footage wasn't in the report. We found it last night. Marisol trembled. You're reopening the case? Alana knelt beside her. Yes, I promise you. I'll find who did this. That same day, officers Kevin Arlo and Mick Dane receive an email. Internal review. Torres case. She's not playing, Dane muttered. She won't last long, Arlo grumbled. But both felt it. This time was different. In the interrogation room, Arlo sat arrogantly. This about the Torres kid? Case is closed. He threatened us. Alana's voice cut through. He was unarmed. He didn't run. And you knew it. Arlo laughed. And you think you understand danger, lady? She didn't blink. I understand power. And what happens when it's abused. She slid forward medical photos, bruises on Samuel's wrists, signs of assault. Arlo bristled. Are you accusing me? Not yet, Alana said. Let's hear the witness. A young man entered, Diego Espina, Samuel's co-worker. I saw it, he said, voice shaking. Sam raised his hands. One officer shoved him. The other shot. Twice. Alana turned a monitor with 2 photos. Can you identify the shooter? Diego pointed. Him. Officer Arlo. Liar. Arlo shouted. This is a setup. Alana remained still. His testimony matches video footage, injuries, and the inconsistencies in your report. Arlo's mask cracked. You altered your report. You suppressed evidence. You shot an unarmed boy. She turned to the glass. I'm forwarding this to the DA, and I suggest you call a lawyer. As Arlo was removed, Alana closed the file and looked out the window. Another name would be added to a list, not of martyrs, but of those finally getting justice. Because justice this time did not quietly. It walked in heels, and it wasn't leaving.